Hi there. Good evening to each and everyone. Irfan this side from Everyday Learning Team. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're loud and clear.
Okay, let's wait just 2 to 3 minutes more so that other can join. So almost we are crossing 500. I request to all participants, faculties, and students, those who are having having a problem with getting into the Zoom, then we are also live on YouTube. I request to all the participants, uh, please convey this message to your friends, colleagues, so that they don't miss the first session. So Amar has posted the YouTube live link in the chat box. You can refer this link. And if somebody is getting problem or technical glitch to get into this Zoom, they can, I request to all of them to please switch to YouTube live. We are live on YouTube as well. And just don't worry about your attendance marking, because we will be sharing this attendance link on YouTube live as well. So we just crossed 500. Let's wait more 2 to 3 minutes so that we can start with the EDL, that is everyday learning introduction. I again request to all the participants who have just joined to the session, if your friends and colleagues are facing any technical glitch to getting into this Zoom meeting, they are requested to switch to YouTube live. We are also live on YouTube. I would like to request to all the MOU college coordinators who joined here, please ask your students to join the session at their earliest convenience. Yeah, I just request to all the participants who are raising their hands. So guys, just be patient. We will be starting this session shortly. We will be solving your each and every query here in the session itself. Yes, so we are moving speedily to our full capacity. Yes, guys, wait 1 or 2 minutes more so that we can start the session. We will have amazing training program in next 15 days. You will be enjoying the fundamentals of full stack development training program. It will be a 30 hours long program, guys. And I hope you will be getting maximum from it. And just don't worry about your attendance marking, because we will be sharing this attendance link on YouTube as well. So those who are having or getting, they are getting a problem to get into this Zoom, they are requested to switch YouTube live. We will be live on YouTube as well. And we will be sharing this attendance link on YouTube also. I again request to all MOU college coordinators, CPOs, head of the departments, and faculties, please ask your students to join the session at their earliest convenience. Okay, we have almost crossed 600. So let's get started, guys. I'm sharing my screen. Let me first introduce you with ExcelR and this everyday learning programs. I hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes,
Is my
yes.
screen visible? Yeah, thank you for the confirmation. Yeah, once again, a very good evening to each and everyone. Irfan this side from Everyday Learning team. I'm honored to be speaking to you today about ExcelR first. ExcelR is a company that has grown to become a leading giant in the space of training and consulting. Over the period of years, has professionals across the globe by delivering a top-notch world-class classroom and online training. Our headquarters in USA, which is located in Houston, but we also have a strong presence in Malaysia, Middle East, Australia, and we have very strong footprint in India. We are physically operating from 6 locations in India, from Bangalore, from Hyderabad, from Chennai, from Mumbai. From Mumbai, we are operating from 2 locations. From Pune, we are operating from 2 locations. So this global footprint has allowed us to reach out to the student from far and wide, transcending boundaries and making top quality education accessible to all. Our team of experts, or we can say working professionals, is passionate and dedicated with a wealth of experience in a variety of domains, including data science, artificial intelligence, IoT, cloud computing, data analytics, business statistics, full stack development, software testing, and much, much more. We have successfully trained 350,000 students and professionals in these areas, empowering them to achieve their goals and reach their full potential. At ExcelR, we are committed to excellence. That is what our tagline says, raising excellence. So excellence in everything what we do, from the quality of our training program to the support we provide to our students and professionals. We strive to provide the best possible experience for all of our students and working professionals. Or we can say the participants who are working and seeking for the training. So whether you are a student looking to enhance your skills and knowledge, or a working professional seeking to enhance your career, we have a training program that is right for you. I encourage you to learn more about ExcelR and discover all that we have to offer. I kindly request to all the participants over here to visit us at www.excelr.com. You can also follow us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Telegram, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, etc., etc. Moving further, let me talk about our industry partners. The importance of industry partnership in the world of business. At ExcelR, we are very fortunate to have a strong partnerships with the industries and its leaders, such as IBM, Infosys, TCS. These are our industry or business partners. So these partnerships allows us to stay at the forefront and various trends running in this information technology industry, and to offer our students and professionals the most innovative and effective solutions possible. These partnerships also provide us with the valuable insights and perspectives from different sectors and industries, which helps us to stay agile and adapt to the changing needs of the market. And that is what we are connected with 2,000 plus industries. But the benefit of this industry partnerships go beyond just access to the resources and knowledge. These partnerships also provide opportunities for collaboration and co-creations, which enabling us to work with the like-minded organizations and individuals to drive progress and make a positive impact. In short, industry partnerships are crucial to our success and growth as a company. These partnerships allows us to stay connected, informed, and relevant in the rapidly evolving world. Like this industry partnerships, I'm very happy to share with you all that we have crossed 900 plus academic collaborations, or you can say academic partnerships so far, and it is still counting. Let me tell you the importance of academic partnerships in the world of education and research. At ExcelR, we are proud to have strong partnerships with esteemed academic institutions, as you can see on your screen. These partnerships allows us to stay at the forefront of innovation and discovery, and to offer our students and of course faculties access to some of the best minds and resources in their field. These academic partnerships or collaborations also provides opportunities for the collaboration and co-branding, which enables us to work with leading researchers and educators to advance knowledge and solve some of the world's most pressing challenges. But the benefit of this academic collaborations or partnerships go beyond just access to the resources and expertise. These partnerships foster a sense of community and collaboration among the students and faculties, fostering an environment of learning and growth that is truly unique. In short, academic partnerships are crucial to our mission as an organization, or we can say as a company. These partnerships allows us to stay informed and engaged in the world of academia and research. Now coming to everyday learning, that is everyday learning training programs. As you are already aware of this everyday learning programs, and you are one of the part and parcel of this success. And I'm very delighted to speak to you about our EDL program, which is very near and dear to your hearts. Yes, our free application-oriented learning sessions on different trending technologies, or we can say current trending technologies. So these training programs are led by industry experts with in-depth knowledge on the subject or domain experts, and provide students and faculties with the chance to learn about the real world solutions and gain hands-on experience in some of the most in-demand technologies. Our objective with these training programs, or you can say sessions, is threefold. First is ExcelR want to provide application-oriented training that is relevant and useful to students and faculties like you. Second, ExcelR want to give students the opportunity to get hands-on experience with the technologies that are driving innovations and growth in IT industry. And third objective is ExcelR want to help colleges to fulfill some of the requirements set forth by accreditation bodies such as NAC and NB. By offering these training programs for free, yes, it is absolutely free, we are able to make valuable industry insights and practical skills accessible to a wide range of learners. And we believe that this type of learning is critical for preparing students for success in their careers. And ExcelR is committed to making it a key part of our educational offerings. Moving further, this is what we are offering under this everyday learning MOU collaborations. So here, I would like to request all the faculties and students, you can reach out to us for this non-commercial MOU collaboration or partnership so that ExcelR can partnership or ExcelR can collaborate with your college and your college students also get benefited of these free training programs. So here on the screen, you can see the offerings actually, what we are offering for this under you. So I appeal to all the faculties and students to reach out to ExcelR at edl@excelr.com for this type of collaboration with your colleges. I would like to request Amar, please post our EDL email ID so that our students and faculties can reach out to us for this kind of non-commercial MOU collaboration.
Yes, sir. I posted the email ID in the chat box.
Yeah, thank you, Amar. Moving further, let me talk about trainings for students and faculty. As you are here today to attend the session on full stack fundamentals of full stack development, I'm very pleased to talk to you about our training programs for students and faculties under this EDL initiative. These training programs, as I said before, that these training programs are led by industry experts, or we can say working professionals who are having 5+, 10+ years of experience in their particular domain and who are knowledgeable and experienced in their fields and are designed to and these sessions are designed to provide valuable insights and practical skills that can be applied in the real world. So during the session, we will share the assignments. Probably after the training sessions, we are sharing these assignments on your dashboard. You can download that assignments and training materials as well, so that you can get help from these material or these assignments to consolidate your knowledge and practice in that particular skill or domain. We will also collect session-wise feedback and attendance to ensure that the training is effective and engaging. And let me tell you guys, for selected courses, we will also conduct assessment through our learning management system. This will allow us to track the student progress and provide targeted support to ensure that everyone is able to meet their learning goals. Overall, our goal is to provide high quality, industry relevant training that helps students as well as faculties to succeed in their domain or career. We believe that this type of learning is very critical for driving innovations and growth in the industry. That's why we are very committed to making it a key part of our educational offerings. Moving further, let's talk about our learning management system. We have very beautiful learning management system, guys. And you can access this learning management system at onlinelearning.excelr.com. I would like to request Amar to please post this link also, so that from tomorrow onwards, once you explain the LMS, how to log in to this LMS, how to attend the live session, how to watch the how to your attendance. So Amar will give you or walk you through all the details about this LMS, learning management system from ExcelR. Okay. So without wasting much time in this, after my explanation, Amar will be going to explain you each and everything about this learning management system. And here, I actually am very happy to announce this, that you are getting this LMS access for lifetime. Yes, for lifetime, and for lifetime free, so that you can attend the live sessions and you can watch the previous recordings also. Moving further, let me talk about projects, internship, and placement preparations. So in this module, we are collaborating with the colleges and we are sharing more information about these projects and internships and placements. Once your college get connected with this non-commercial MOU collaboration, then we will explore in more detail. I mean, we will explore this project, internship, and placement in more details. But for now, I can tell you for placement. So yes, we have recently started one module called CRT, that is Campus Recruitment Training, and we are delivering the sessions through this campus recruitment training on quantitative aptitude, qualitative aptitude, logical reasoning, etc., etc. So without wasting my time to explore more about this project, internship and placement, I would like to request to connect with ExcelR at edl@excelr.com, so that your college get connected through this MOU collaboration, and we will explore this projects and internship and placement further. Moving ahead, let me talk about the seminars and webinars. As you know that we are connected with the 900 plus colleges, institutions, and universities. So in this recent 1.5 year, we have conducted almost 100 plus webinars across the country, and approximately 10,000 plus participants were attended these webinars, and we are continuously launching this kind of webinars in the form of everyday learning program, in the form of Ignite programs, etc., etc. Moving ahead, let me talk about the SNAC and NBA mapping. So as I said that we when we will connect to your college through this non-commercial MOU collaboration, then we will explore more about this SNAC and NBA mappings or accreditation process. Here, I just want to update you that we are helping colleges once they connected through this MOU collaboration. So we are very much open to help them in this accreditation process. I mean, as you know, these accreditation bodies have established a criteria and standards for evaluating the quality and effectiveness of educational institutions. And now it is very mandatory, basically. So some of the universities is asking colleges to get the read of this NAC and NBA grades. So meeting these standards, and institution demonstrate their commitment to excellence and continuous improvement. So as a ExcelR or at ExcelR, we offer complete support to help institutions fulfill the various requirements of NAC and NBA. For example, we can provide support in procuring the necessary points for NAC criteria, let's say NAC criteria 1, 2, 3, 4, wherever it is, I mean, compatible. So this will again we will explore more when we get connected to this MOU collaborations. That's all from my side. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Amar,
Yes, sir.
You can go ahead for LMSKT.
Yeah, sure. So first of all, thank you so much for such a wonderful introduction, sir.
Yeah.
So guys, I hope my voice is loud and clear. All of you, please confirm in the chat box. Voice is lagging or it's clear? Zoom and YouTube people, I need a confirmation, and within 1 minute, we'll start with the LMSKT. Okay, clear, clear, clear. YouTube people, we need a confirmation. Okay, good. So let me share my screen. Once it's visible, just give me one more message. Okay, is it visible? Visible. Okay, so I will walk you through the LMS. So LMS is nothing but learning management system, and it's ExcelR online portal. And guys, you know what is the use of LMS? So using LMS, we are going to share recorded sessions with you, then assignment material, as well as you are able to give the attendance and feedback as well. Okay, using the LMS, and it's ExcelR online portal. And as it also mentioned that you have or you will LMS access with you for lifetime. Okay, so going forward, I know that, or I hope all of you are done with the registration, because without registration, you are not able to access the LMS. So first of all, I will explain about the LMS. Then if anybody is still remaining to do a registration, so my colleague Chandana will share the registration link in the chat box. So please go ahead and mark your registration, then you will get the LMS access. So I hope, I believe that 99% of you are already done with the registrations, and you receive one email. First email is that verification email. If you're a first time user of ExcelR solutions, then definitely you receive one email, a verification email, and in that we clearly mention to continue learning, please click here to verify your email address and set your password. So this first email, verification email, to set your password, you have to click on this link, then it will revert to one page and you have to set your password. Whatever password you want, you can set that. Okay, then second email, we share one more email, and it's course invitation mail for a particular classroom. And see, from today we're starting with the fundamentals of full stack development. So second email is invitation email for that particular classroom, and with the subject welcome to the fundamentals of full stack development September 2023. So here we mentioned one link, https onlinelearning.excelr.com. Guys, going forward, if you're not getting this email, our URL, our LMS URL is onlinelearning.excelr.com. Just keep in mind, note it down. Whenever you feel that I have to go through the recorded sessions in lifetime, anytime, just tap that, give your credentials, okay, and just watch the recorded sessions. So here you have to click on that link, then you will revert one page. It's a sign in page. Okay, so here you're able to see three options: sign in, store, register. If you're already done with your registration, so no need to do anything in the registration and store as well, but you have to go on sign in. So after clicking on sign in, you will revert to the next page. It's login page, login to the ExcelR. So which email ID you use to give the registration, that same email ID you have to use here. Don't use mobile number, try to use email only. And second thing, password. Password, which is you already set in the first email. You have to give that password and simply log in. Okay, so let me share how it's working live over the LMS. I will reshare screen. 1 minute, guys. Okay, so after filling your credentials, your email ID and your password, you are able to see this kind of the dashboard. Guys, my LMS dashboard is visible. Let me confirm. Yes, okay, good. So on home tab, you are able to see that particular classroom. Now coming to the LMS, I will show you the ways to join the session. So first way, I am on home tab, guys. Just be careful. I am on home tab and I have two sides, be like just right hand side and left hand side. At right hand side, I have one option. Let's scroll down a little bit. Fundamentals of full stack development. Okay, EDL day one. So I will refresh it once. Now, if I want to join the session via Zoom, so we have one option at right hand side, you are able to see the join button. Every day at 6:50 p.m., you are able to see the join button. You simply have to click on that. It will directly revert to the Zoom. That's the simplest way to join via Zoom. Now, if you're facing any difficulty to join via Zoom, we have second option. Just scroll a little bit upper side and you have one banner here. Okay. So see, if you click on this banner, it will directly revert to the YouTube live and you are able to see the YouTube live from the particular classroom. Okay. Now, I will go back and I will show you the ways to watch the recordings to give the attendance. Okay. So see, now at left hand side, I have one classroom. So we have to search for full stack development. Don't worry about the other classrooms as I have access to all. So it's showing there, but you have to search for fundamentals of full stack development, September 2023. Just simply click on that classroom. Then here you have two tabs, curriculum and meet. Meet, same thing, you are able to join from the Meet, so don't worry about the Meet tab, but in the curriculum, you have all the options. One is a feedback response, second is session recordings, material, and we'll add one more as an assignment. So first of all, I will show you how to give the feedback. Guys, why feedback is mandatory? Because to get the certificate, 60% attendance is mandatory and you have to mark your attendance using this form. Okay, so see, here, if you click on that, please submit your attendance feedback here, you are able to see one form, but it's not open now because we mentioned that the attendance link will only open between 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. If you come here by 8:30, then definitely you are able to see one form, you have to fill the basic details and you have to give the feedback and rating as well. So on daily basis, day 1 to day 15, you have to mark your attendance, okay? Now few people are going to say that I don't have LMS access, so we are on it, we're giving the LMS access, so within 1 or 2 days you will get that, but don't worry, at 8:30 we share the link in Zoom and YouTube as well. Okay, now I will just back by one step and I will show you how to access the recordings. So below the feedback response, we have one tab, session recording. So click here. Now today is a day 1, so recording is there, so it's going on. Okay, so below that, like today is the day 1, day 2, up to day 15, all the recording session will be there with you for lifetime. And whatever the material which is going to use by the trainer, so that material will upload here. If practice files are there, definitely will upload there. You are able to download that files. If PDFs are there, you are able to see that file. Okay, so guys, this is the simplest way to join the session, to avail the recordings, to give the attendance, to access the material. I have one more clarification for you. So few of my dear participant, you have access of this dashboard, but you don't have access of this particular classroom. So simply go in the store. Okay, so in the store, just scroll and search for that particular classroom, fundamentals of full stack developments, September 2023, and click on enroll now. Again, you have to click on enroll now. And here is one more option of proceed. So if you proceed that, you will get one notification. Congrats, your order has been successfully placed. If you check your email, you receive one email, and after coming back into the home, you just simply refresh that classroom access is definitely with you. Okay, so that's all things about the LMS. I hope I'm clear. If you have any query or question, just drop me in the chat box. I will just take it for the 2-3 minutes and then we start with the sessions. Okay. If it's clear, just confirm in the chat box. Clear. Okay. Okay, it's clear then. Thank you. Going forward, if you have any difficulty while accessing the LMS, just drop in one email to EDL team, edl@excelr.com. My team will check that and they will revert on the same. I'm sharing that email ID in the chat box. Okay. And one more thing, those who don't have done with the registrations, I'm requesting My colleague Chandana, please go ahead and share the registration link over Zoom and YouTube as well. And today, to taking the session, we have Mr. Sayed sir with us. So, sir, please, post to you. You can start with the session. Thank you so much. Hello, sir. Are you there?
Yes, Amar sir. Just a minute. I was just connecting.
Oh, yeah, so just give your short introduction about yourself and then you can start with the session.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. I would prefer to keep my video on. Right. Very good evening, everyone. I was just trying to plug in my headphones. It's the festival season that's going on, and there are a few celebrations happening outside. I hope you are not able to hear any disturbance.
Your voice is low. Can you please a little bit louder if possible?
Yep, sure. Am I loud enough now, Amar sir?
Oh, yeah, good, but we need a more little bit.
Okay, okay, sure. Good evening, everyone. I understand that all of you have been very patient and you have been waiting for the technical discussion to kickstart. But trust me, this introduction session was also extremely important. You have to be aware as to how to use these platforms. I was also going through the YouTube comments, and few of the comments are quite funny. But just have this much of sense that we know what is going to be important for you. Right. So without further ado, I would like to directly jump into the technical discussion, and I don't want to go gaga about myself. Voice is not audible. Okay. I usually prefer to speak without earphones, but just a second. Am I audible now, everyone? I would request an acknowledgement from all of you in the chat. Please let me know if I'm audible clearly to all of you. Yeah, it is just a matter of few minutes. The procession is going from my place, and there is a lot of music coming in from outside. Okay, perfect, perfect. Great. Thank you so much, all of you, those of my instructions. But like I said, we will have to sometimes adjust to the ecosystem and we'll have to continue the learning. So I am speaking as loud as possible, trust me. Let us quickly get started. Let me also keep my video on. Right, perfect, perfect. Great. As all of you can read from your screens, my name is Syed Zabiullah. I have around 6 years of experience both in software development as well as in tech training. I have previously worked at many of the tech companies. Those of you who are on LinkedIn, you will be able to find me there and you will get all of the information that you're seeking about me. But anyways, I feel that you're not here to learn about me. You're here to learn something related to software development. So let us directly jump into the technical discussion now. Just few minutes, the moment the procession goes away from the house, I'll immediately unplug the earphones. I think then the voice would be much more clearer. Great. No, I also do understand all of you have come with a lot of expectations that this 30 hours of hardcore technical training is definitely going to add a lot of insights into your existing technical knowledge that all of you have. Now, what am I going to be speaking for the next 15 days, the 30 hours of training that we have been talking about? Of course, overall, you're going to get a gist of what full stack development is, but I don't want to make all of you a jack of everything, whatever is included in full stack and master of none. I hope all of you are aware of this phrase, jack of all and master of none. I don't want that to happen here. So out of all of the 3 stacks that you have in full stack development, I have chosen to pick the most complicated one, the most complex one, which is nothing but the backend development. I'm sure these technical jargons might be quite new to all of you, front end, back end, database. Do not worry about it. Going forward, I'm going to make all of these things quite clear. Am I audible, everyone? Yeah, I'm getting mixed responses here. How is it some of you telling yes, I'm audible, and some of you telling I'm not audible? Trust me, I'm literally shouting here in my room. I think this is how much anybody can be loud enough. Okay, perfect. Great. Okay. Seems
Yeah,
like
sorry to interrupt, Zabiullah. If you switch off your video, then maybe bandwidth will improve.
sure I can try that as well. Okay, am I audible loud enough to everyone now? Oh, great, perfect, perfect. Let's continue it this way. This is going to work for at least some more time. Great. Right. Like I said, the topic that I'm going to pick for the next 30 hours of discussion, it is going to be hardcore backend development. Now, I'm sure those of you who come from technical background, you know that we'll have to stick on to one of the programming languages for the purpose of backend development. And I have done my homework. The research has been done. One of the most popular high-level programming languages on the planet Earth as we speak today, which is going to be preferably used for backend development, it is going to be Java. So I'm sure this name itself would give jitters to many of you. Sir, programming language, it is quite complicated. Web development is going to be quite easy for us. There are tags, but in programming languages, there are loops, there are classes, there are methods, functions, variables, a lot of things. Do not worry about it. This is going to be my responsibility to make things as simple as possible, something that was complex for you before you started this training program. Great. I just wanted to make things quite crystal clear. There should be absolute transparency. You shouldn't be confused as to what are you going to be learning throughout this training program, and what could be the possible outcomes of this training program. Hence, I have taken that bit, and I have told you clearly as to what is that you will be gaining from here. Right. Now, before I introduce this programming language called as Java, I have quick question for all of you. I'm sure all of you will be able to respond through the Zoom chat as well as through the comments, the live chat option that you see on YouTube. I have this question for everyone here. I'm referring to Java as a programming language. I need a quick answer, quick response from each and every one of you. I see that there are 800 participants, approximately 800 participants on Zoom, and around 500 participants on YouTube. So I'm expecting huge responses through the chat here. The question here is, what do you mean by a programming language? A very simple and straightforward question that I have. I'm referring to Java as a programming language. So what do you think a programming language is? Okay, good. I would highly discourage mute spectators here, that no, why should I participate? Anyways, others are participating. This attitude is quite not that productive for yourself. So please, I expect an answer from each and every one of you. Whether it is right or wrong, I'm least bothered about it. What is expected here is your participation. Okay. Sheikh Mehendi. Good. Harini. Okay. Rushil, Yogshri, Lipsika, Rajat, Sanket, Rohan. It is used to communicate with computer. Good. Salim. Vivek. Good, good. Yasu Raju. Devya. Okay. Perfect, perfect. I appreciate all of you who are taking the trouble of typing a sentence and sending it in the chat. I know there are few for whom typing a sentence is quite painful. Perfect, perfect. It's a medium. Okay, good, Prithvi. All right then. Thank you so much for all of your responses. You can stop sending me your responses now. Let us listen to what is the definition that I have for this term called as programming languages. Don't worry about it. Let me explain to you. All of your eyes have to be on the screen. I'm just going to quickly share my screen and take you to the paint where I can draw and explain. I believe the screen is visible for all of you. Right, now see, let us understand this term through a simple scenario here. What is that scenario, sir? Maybe, let us say we have got two individuals here. Just a minute. Let us say this is person A. I've got two human beings here. And maybe this is person B that we have. Right, perfect. Now, what are my expectations? These are my expectations. I want to trigger a conversation between these two individuals here. What kind of a conversation, sir? Maybe I want the person A to ask for something from person B. Basically, he wants to instruct the person B to perform a certain job on behalf of him. What do you mean to say, sir? Let us not complicate our understanding. I want to keep things as simple as possible. I want the person A to ask the person B, what is the result of adding 2 and 3? So basically the job here is the addition job here, as simple as it. So see, this is what is the job here. I want the person A to ask for person B, what is going to be the result of adding 2 and 3? I know this might seem like a very silly task, but trust me, it is quite important for you to understand. Now, my question to all of you is, if only the person A is going to think about it, I'm using the word very carefully here. He's only going to think about it. He's not going to speak about it. He's not conveying this information to the person B. Only if he's going to think about it, do you think the second person will be able to understand what job person A is expecting from him? Absolutely not. I mean, there is no telepathy that is going on here, that the second person will be able to read the ideas that are coming in the first person's brain. Certainly that is not going to be the case here. That means definitely between person A and person B, communication has to be established here. Only if these two individuals are going to communicate with each other, the job can be accomplished. So see, definitely communication is going to be needed here. Now, for the sake of communication, what do you think? How are they going to communicate with each other? Definitely, they'll have to use one of the languages. What language, if you ask me? They are going to make use of some native spoken languages. That is what they're going to make use of. Native spoken languages means it could be Hindi, it could be Kannada, it could be Telugu, it could be Tamil, it could be Malayalam, it could be English. Any of the native spoken languages which both of these individuals are going to be familiar with. Oh, great, sir. We agree, sir, that this is how on a day-to-day basis, we also communicate with other human beings. Absolutely correct. Now see, using this native spoken language, the person A is going to tell, hey, person B, can you tell me what is the result of adding 2 and 3? Maybe this is what the person A wants to communicate to the person B. Immediately now, think and answer. What is the language the person B is using here to communicate? It is going to be English. Will the second person also understand? Yes, I told you, it is such a language. I'm assuming both of the individuals here are going to be familiar. 100% the second person would understand what the first person is expecting from him. So he is also going to communicate back to the person A, once again using the same native spoken language here. So he is going to tell the result of adding 2 and 3. See, here I would say the result is going to be 5. That is how the second person is going to communicate back to the first person. Did you understand this? Quite a subtle example is what I've taken. Let us assume the entire scenario is going to be exactly the same with just one change here. What is that one change, sir? We have the same person A. See, it is the same person A. But I am going to replace the second person here with a very powerful device, technically called as a computer. So I'm going to replace this second person here, a human being, with this powerful device called as a computer. Now, what do you think? Do you think in this scenario, the entire scenario is being the same here? You want to know what is the result of adding 2 and 3, but on the other end, you don't have a human being. What you have is a machine. What you have is a computer. Do you think you will stand next to the computer and you're going to whisper into the computer screen, hey, computer, can you tell me what is the result of adding 2 and 3? People who are going to look at you doing that are going to laugh at you. Because computers don't have ears. You cannot speak to the computer. But sir, I have to establish communication, sir, because unless and until I establish communication with the computer, I will not be able to convey what is that I'm expecting from the computer. Absolutely correct. Now, but please understand, if a human being has to communicate with a computer, for the purpose of communication, this time, my friends, we will not be able to use any of the native spoken languages, because your computers understand only a special set of languages, and those special set of languages are only technically referred to as programming languages. So to answer to the question that I had asked few minutes before to all of you, why do we need something called as a programming language? A programming language is going to be used to communicate with a computer. It is for the sake of communication between a human being and a computer. We use something called as a programming language. Am I clear with this, everyone? Did all of you understand so far? I'm not going to assume anything that you already knew something, and I'm going to start from somewhere in between. Everything from scratch is what is going to be taught to all of you. So what is the purpose of a programming language? A programming language is going to be used to communicate with a computer. Sir, but we would like to know more details about it, sir. How can I establish communication with a computer using a programming language? Can you dwell into little more bit of details here? Absolutely, yes, I'll definitely do it. Let me just clear everything that's on the screen. Now, I don't expect any one of you to make any kind of running notes here, because anyways, the session is going to be recorded, and it is also going to be available on the LMS. So whatever 120 minutes of time that we're going to get for our next 15 days, I would like to utilize it to the maximum potential that the training can be done, and you will be able to grasp it. So let us not waste time in terms of making notes and unnecessary things. Anyways, the session is going to be recorded. So maybe once the session is completed on the same day or next day or during the weekends, you can rewatch all of these sessions and then you can make notes. But for time being, for these 120 minutes, I expect absolutely no necessity of getting distracted at all. You shouldn't be getting distracted at all. Right. With this being said, let me just clear everything that's on the screen. Now, I want to get into nitty-gritties of how this communication can be established with the computer. Great, sir. Now, see, understand this. See, doesn't matter what powerful device or an extraordinary device this computer is. Of course, it can perform the execution of billions of instructions in less than a second. In a nanosecond, it can do it. Such a powerful device it is going to be. Everything about the computer is great, but even then, I would like to call this device, it is going to be only my claim about this. I would like to call this computer as nothing but a dumb device. That is what I would like to call. Sir, what is this, sir? You're disrespecting this powerful machine. I might be doing so. But like I said, this is a personal claim that I'm making. Now, I want to know what is the meaning of this word dumb. Most of the times you would have heard this word from your faculties, from your teachers. They, in what scenario you would have heard of this is, maybe for example, you're expected to wear ID card, your ID cards to the class every day. This is a rule from the institution. But it so happens there is this one individual in your classroom. Every day, he forgets to wear the ID card and walk into the classroom. Now, every day the teacher has to keep reminding him, hey, you have to please wear your ID card and only then you'll have to enter the classroom. Now, wearing ID card and attending the class is such an activity that should be done by default. You don't need separate explicit instructions to be given to you every day. Hey, wear ID card and attend the class. Wear ID card and attend the class. In spite of giving the instructions 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, in spite of so many continuous repetitive instructions, even then if you see a person forgetting to wear the ID card, 100% that person is going to be eligible to hear this word, a beautiful word from his faculties. Are you dumb? Do I have to remind you every day to wear ID card and attend the class? That means we use this word dumb for such people who won't do anything unless and until you explicitly ask them to do something. That is great, sir. We understood. But why are you calling the computer as dumb device here? Because there is no difference between that person, that student who forgets to wear ID card and this device called as computer. Why is that so, sir? Doesn't matter what kind of a high-end processor you have in your computer, how many GBs of memory you have in your computer. Maybe you would have invested a lakh or maybe 1.5 lakhs to buy this powerful device. Once you buy this device, once you buy a computer, you bring it to your home, keep it in one corner of your room. Do you think the computer will automatically start doing things for you? 100% that is not going to be the case. Your computer will not be able to do literally anything unless and until you provide instructions to it. That is why I would like to refer to this computer as a dumb device. I hope now all of you have understood. That means if you want your computer to do anything on your behalf, anything and everything, certainly instructions have to be provided to this computer. Now, how to provide the instructions, sir? Don't worry, that is what I'm going to speak about next. Now, see, we understood, sir, that a computer can't do anything on its own unless and until we provide instructions to it. So, see, I'm going to say this is a certain instruction. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you the exact way of writing those instructions in the first day itself. Maybe on the third day, you're going to understand how the instructions have to be written. As of now, I'm going to simply tell instruction 1. Sir, I have this question in my head. At any given point of time, how many instructions can be given as input to the computer, sir? Is there any hard and fast rule that only one instruction can be given? Absolutely no. Any number of instructions can be given. There is no upper limit at all to this. That is why maybe I would call this as instruction 2 because there is no limit to it. Maybe I would call this as instruction 3. Maybe this I'm going to call it as instruction 4. Like this, any number of instructions can be provided. Now, please understand, friends, this entity that you see here, see, this entity that you see here, which is nothing but set of instructions that we have that is going to be provided. See, look at this. All of these instructions should be provided as input to the computer. It should be provided as input to the computer. This entity, which is nothing but set of instructions that is going to be provided as input to the computer to perform a certain task. Congratulations. This is what is technically referred to as a program. So if at all anybody would ask you after today's class, what is the definition of a program? A program is nothing but set of instructions that are going to be provided as input to the computer to perform a certain task. Obviously, if you don't have any task in your head, are you a mentally disturbed person who's simply randomly going to write some instructions? 100% no. Maybe the task for you that I would be giving is you will have to write a program to perform the addition of 2 integer numbers. So accordingly, you're going to write the instructions. If you don't have the task itself in your head, what is the point of you randomly starting to write the instructions here? So I once again repeat the definition of a program. A program is nothing but a set of instructions that would be provided as input to the computer to perform a certain task. That itself is nothing but a program. Great, sir. We understood what is a program. Now, please understand. Just like how a program is nothing but set of instructions, similarly, if you group multiple programs together, collection of many such programs, collection of many such similar programs is what is going to result in terms of creation of a software. This definition also is clear to all of us. So what is a software? A software is nothing but collection of programs. You can call it as a software, you can call it as an application, or these days we are more comfortable calling this as an app. I once again repeat, what is a program? A program is a set of instructions. What is a software? A software or an application is a collection of many programs. As simple as that. Sir, but the bigger question here is, whatever instructions that I'm going to provide as input to the computer, will the computer understand? This just before few minutes in the previous slide, I've spoken about it. I want all of you to answer to this. Tell me, what is the only language which our computers are going to understand? Expecting a response from all of you. All of you have got into a lot of other details. I understand binary language. Great, great. I'm talking for the sake of communication. What is the language your computers will understand? I just spoke about it in the previous slide. It is nothing but programming languages. Good, good. Now, if you're going to ask me, I see that there is somebody called a Sanket here. Let us say if Sanket is going to ask me, sir, will these instructions be understood by the computer? I would immediately ask to Sanket, Sanket, have you written these instructions using one of the available programming languages? Yes. So observe this. In what language are we going to write these instructions? These instructions have to be written using one of the programming languages. Sir, but how many programming languages exist? There are at least 800 high-level programming languages on the planet Earth as we speak. Of course, there are a few other articles on the internet which claim that there are going to be more than 2000 high-level programming languages. Like I said, at least 800 you can expect. Sir, can you give examples of few of the programming languages? Absolutely, why not? C is a programming language. C++ is a programming language. C#, a language created by Microsoft, is a programming language. Java is a programming language. Python is a programming language. Perl is a programming language. Ruby is a programming language. JavaScript is a programming language. Like this, there are, like I said, minimum 800 programming languages. You can use any of these programming languages to write your instructions. Oh, great, sir. We understood, sir. Now see, once you write these instructions using one of these programming languages, your program is going to be ready. Now, taking this program, you're immediately going to feed it as input to the computer. The moment you give it as input to the computer is going to understand these instructions and perform whatever task for which you have written the instructions. See, here I've used the word understand. Computer understands the instructions. It is quite a non-technical sentence that I have made here. Whatever I'm using the word understand, same thing, technically, we don't say it is going to understand. We say the computer is going to execute these instructions. See, the computer is going to execute these instructions. This is the technical word that you should be using, or you can also tell the computer is going to run these instructions. Any of these two terms, it is going to be your choice. Perfect. Once the computer is going to execute all of these instructions for whatever task you had written the program, for that task, you are going to get the output now. So see, what is the end result of executing any program? It is nothing but the output of that particular program. Perfect. So there are many technical terminologies which are going to be very frequently used in my upcoming classes. All of those technical terminologies, I'm trying to clarify them on the very first class itself. Great, sir. Next what, sir? Next what means? Now, please understand, all of this creation of programs, development of softwares, all of this would happen in a specific industry out in the world. What is that industry referred to as, sir? Just like how you have the film industry, just like how you have the hospitality industry, just like how you have the medical industry, the job of creating these softwares and all of these things would happen in an industry called as the IT industry, information technology industry. This is where it is going to happen. And see, within this IT industry, such individuals who are going to do this job of using a programming language to write those programs and finally creating those softwares. See, such individuals within the IT industry are technically referred to as, they would be given a very specific designation. They are the ones who are technically called as the programmers, or they're also referred to as software developers, because their job is ultimately to develop these softwares. Am I clear with this, everyone? I once again repeat whatever I've explained so far, a quick summary of this. Maybe this time I'll start from the other end. I started from the computer previously. Maybe this time, if you want, I can also explain from here. Within the IT industry, such individuals who are going to make use of programming languages to code these instructions, nothing but these programs. And when these programs are going to be given as input to the computer is going to execute those instructions, and as a result of which produce the output for us. Such individuals are technically referred to as programmers or software developers. Sure, what is a program? A program is nothing but set of instructions that are going to be provided as input to the computer to perform a certain task. But then what is a software or an application? A software or an application is a collection of many programs, is what is going to lead to create a software. Are we good so far? Are you people able to understand everything that I have spoken? Need a quick acknowledgement from all of you. Praveen, Srinidhi, Shruti, Vinay, Kashish, Kripa, Navya, Arif, Fiza, Jyotirmay, Yesu, Veena, Fahim, Alok. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for responding. Right. If you have understood everything that I've spoken about in this slide, once again, let us clear the screen and move forward. Like I said, don't have to make any kind of notes now. All of this, anyways, it's going to be recorded. It would be available on LMS. Later on, you can watch it and make notes. Can we proceed further? Are we excited to learn more and more technical things? Trust me, there are many in this session who are not from computer science background or who are not from IT background. Irrespective of your branch of engineering or whatever the field of graduation that you come from, in today's world, having coding skills has become a necessity today. So you can't say that maybe my branch of engineering is ENC, electronics and communication. So I might not be expected to have the skills of programming. All that I would like to say is you're living in some la la land. Gone are those days. Irrespective of your branch, 100% coding skills is a must today. So I would just request to all of you, irrespective of your branch of engineering, please make sure all of you are going to be regular to these everyday learning program classes that we have launched. 30 hours of training. Trust me, you have no idea how beneficial it is going to be, especially in terms of your placements. Because these days in the aptitude round, you'll not be encountering questions only from quantitative aptitude, mathematical questions, or could be from logical, or could be from the verbal reasoning questions. These days, all of these companies who come for recruiting freshers, they have a separate section in the aptitude itself called as the technical aptitude. Now, in these technical aptitude section, the kind of questions that you're going to be seeing, most of them, 80 to 90% of them, you will be able to answer. And all it is going to take is the commitment of yours for another 14 days of classes. That is what it is going to take. Now, if you are a person who's so lethargic in life, no, sir, I don't need any coding knowledge at all. With whatever the specialization that I have taken up during the graduation, as a part of graduation, that knowledge would be enough for me. Trust me, you're going to regret for this decision. In 2023, we Indians, we are very proud to say that India is considered as the IT hub of the entire world. It is the IT superpower of the entire world. And if we are running from the hard reality of accepting the fact that coding skills are definitely needed, then I don't have any words to enlighten such individuals. Anyways, great. Then let's proceed forward. We have approximately 35 minutes now. So let's see how much we'll be able to understand next. Perfect. Let's get started now. See, now understand this. Something once again more about this computer itself. See, whenever you speak about computer, let me just bring back the previous slide. I'm sure all of you, from the days of your schooling, you have been told this definition of computer 101 times. That is, what is a computer? I know immediately the first definition that is going to come to your mind is a computer is an electronic device. I don't know about all of you, but this is what was told to me in my school days. What is a computer? A computer is nothing but an electronic device. That's absolutely correct. But unfortunately, it is the partial definition of computer. Why, sir? What is missing in this, sir? The answer lies in front of your eyes on your screen. Tell me, whatever modern day computers that we have today, are you able to write new programs? And can your computers execute those new programs? Absolutely yes. Sir, but I have never written a program. Hey, maybe you have not written a program, but are you not using a program that was written by somebody else onto your computer? What do you mean to say, sir? For example, our mobile phones are also not less than a computer today. In your mobile phone, are all of us not using WhatsApp? 100% we are using it. What is WhatsApp? It is nothing but an application, a software. What is a software? It is nothing but collection of programs. In most of our mobile phones, WhatsApp didn't come already pre-installed in our mobile phones. Did we not connect to internet? Did we not go to the Play Store? Did we not download WhatsApp and start using it? Yes, we are doing it. So are our computers able to execute new programs? Absolutely yes. Some of you might not be attending these sessions through a laptop, through a computer today. Maybe some of you are connected through your mobile phone, through the Zoom meetings. Was Zoom already pre-installed in your mobile phones? 100% no. But what is Zoom? It is nothing but an application. So did you quickly go to the Play Store? Did you download only for the sake of attending these EDL training programs? Absolutely yes. That means, what is the right definition of a computer, sir? A computer is not just an electronic device. I understand why it is an electronic device. Because to use a computer, you need electricity. Great, it is an electronic device. At the same time, it is extremely important to understand a computer is an electronically programmable device. That means, can you write new programs and can you get it executed by this device? Absolutely yes. So that is going to be the correct definition of what you refer to as a computer. So what is a computer, Rohit? A computer is an electronically programmable device. This should be the definition that all of you should be remembering. Perfect, sir. Great. Next what, sir? Next what means, let us clear the screen here. Now see, whenever we speak about computers, there are actually two types of computers. What are those two types of computers, sir? Understand this. The very first category of computers, it is technically called as fixed program computers. The second category of computers, this is referred to as stored program computers. Sir, what really is the difference, sir? It is there in the names itself. In the first category here, which is fixed program computers, there is going to be only a single program that is going to be present in the computer. It is going to be fixed. You will not be able to store a new program, and that new program can't be executed by that computer. Can you give an example, sir? Absolutely, yes. Why not? For example, your calculators are nothing but the fixed program computers. Tell me, let us say if I'm interested in watching some movie today and I want to book some movie tickets, can I book a movie ticket through the calculators today? Oh, yes, sir. You can download Book My Show on calculator and you can. Nonsense it is. We can't do it. The job of the calculators is to perform only one type of an operation, which is nothing but arithmetic operations, fixed program. Similarly, most of you would have seen these microwave ovens in your home. Of course, there is a software that is executing. So using oven, can you perform addition operation? I mean, people are going to laugh at me even if I would say so. No, fixed program it is. ATMs, can it perform addition operation, or can it if I'm feeling hungry, I want to order some meal, can I do it using ATMs? I can't do it. I hope you're understanding it. All of these are nothing but fixed program computers. Sir, what about stored program computers, sir? All of your modern day computers are nothing but the stored program computers. Modern day computers as in the PCs, the laptops, the mobile phones, etc. All of these are nothing but stored program computers. That means you will be able to store new programs, and those new programs also can be executed. Is that clear, everyone, so far? Of course, I'm not going to speak anything more about fixed program computers because we are all interested in stored program computers. Because if you're aspiring to become a software engineer, aspiring to become a software developer, whatever programs you're going to develop, they should be executed by computers. Can you get it executed by fixed program computers? Not possible. Great, sir. We understood, sir, so far. Next what? Next what means these stored program computers, they are going to be based on an architecture. All of these computers follow specific architecture. That architecture is what is referred to as von Neumann architecture. It is the name of the scientist. Don't worry about it. I'm going to speak next about this itself. Sir, we want to know more about what is this von Neumann architecture. Don't worry. That itself is going to be the next topic of discussion. See, there was this computer scientist, very famous computer scientist in the decade of 1940s. The name of this computer scientist was John von Neumann. Now, this person suggested, look, any computer, any device that should be qualified to be called as a computer must and should have minimum these four components. Minimum these four components. What are those four components, sir? They must and should have these four units. These four units. It should have something called as the input unit. It should also have something called as the processing unit. It should also have something called as the memory unit. It should also have something called as the output unit. You can give your attendance later. Anyways, the link would be there in the chat. For now, understand whatever the technical discussion, I'm taking it forward. Right. Observe this, observe this. So according to John von Neumann, every computer should have how many units, everyone? 4 units: input unit, processing unit, memory unit, and output unit. Not only this, this scientist, he went ahead, he also laid out the entire layout, the architecture of how these 4 units have to be assembled with each other. This information was also given. And how is that? See, this is how, according to him, this is the layout, this is the architecture that he gave. See, let us say if this this is going to be your input unit, this is going to be your processing unit, this is going to be your memory unit. Once again, this is going to be the output unit. Just a minute. I hope I'm audible now. I just took out my earphones. Just give me a quick confirmation if I'm audible, everyone. Audible? Great, great. Thank you. I don't know. There are some VIPs here. I mean, these people till 2 o'clock in the night, they can type paragraphs together on WhatsApp and send to whoever they want. But when industry expert, a trainer is teaching something technically and he's seeking your response, your fingers start paining like anything. That typing 3-letter word YES, yes, also has become so painful for some of you. Now suddenly I've started getting yes. It's okay, it's okay. Great. Now let's move forward because I believe it's going to be important for me as a trainer and for you as a student, that if I'm visible to you on the screen, you will be more focused and you'll understand things clearer. Let's understand now. Great. Like I said, according to John von Neumann, every computer should have minimum these 4 units. Like I said, the very first unit is going to be the input unit. Whatever through the input unit, you're going to take the input, you're going to provide the input to the computer. It would immediately send that input to another unit within your computer, which is technically referred to as the processing unit. So see, this I would like to call it as the processing unit. Great, sir. Next what, sir? Next what means the processing unit is quite an important unit. If you ask me, sir, out of all the 4 units here, which is most important for us or to a computer, it is undoubtedly the processing unit here. Since it is going to be the most important unit within a computer, obviously it would demand us to know some bit of extra information about this unit. Sir, what other information about processing unit, sir? Within your processing unit, you have got 3 subunits. Three subunits. What are those, sir? Don't worry. I'm going to speak about them. Observe this. Firstly, within your processing unit, there is going to be something called as the control unit. What is the job of this? Don't worry, I'm going to speak about it. Okay, let me speak about it now itself. Tell me, like I said, whatever input that you're going to take from the input unit, who is it supposed to be sent to processing unit? It is going to be this processing unit which is going to decide if this is our memory unit, if this is our output unit. See, observe this. Whatever input that you have collected from the user of the computer through the input unit, if at all you want to store the data within the memory, directly input unit cannot do it. It should be done through the processing unit. So see, you're going to write the data into the memory unit. Let us say there is already some existing data in the memory. You want to read that data. That is also supposed to be done through the processing unit. And after processing the data, maybe if you want to send it to one of the output devices, nothing but the output unit, that also is supposed to be done through the processing unit itself. So are you seeing, do you see any common unit here through which all of the communications are supposed to happen? Absolutely, yes. It is nothing but your processing unit. Now, all of these coordinations between different devices within your computer, it is going to be taken care by the processing unit. To be very precise, who within the processing unit, sir? It is nothing but a subunit technically called as the control unit. The job of the control unit is to ensure smooth coordination between different units within your device, within your computer. It is to ensure the communication is happening smoothly between the different devices within your computer. I hope all of you understood what is the job of the control unit. Great, sir. We understood, sir. What about the other unit, sir? The next unit within your processing unit is a unit which is technically referred to as arithmetic logical unit. Arithmetic logical unit, basically in short for ALU. It is there in the name itself. All of the arithmetic and logical operations within your computer till this point of time, you assume it is going to be done by the processing unit. Absolutely correct. But now you have to enhance your knowledge. You have to increase your knowledge. If anybody would ask you, hey, great, we know it is processing unit, but within the processing unit, who is responsible for performing arithmetic and logical operations? Your answer has to be very precise. It is going to be the arithmetic logic unit that is present within the processing unit. Is that clear, everyone? All of your arithmetic operations, even today also, all of our computers are able to perform arithmetic operations. If I would say two, or if I want to find out what is 2 plus 3, is my computer able to tell me the answer? Yes. Then who is supposed to be given the credits for doing that? It is nothing but the arithmetic logic unit. Great, sir. Wonderful. Next, what, sir? The last unit within your processing unit. This is also a kind of a memory unit itself, but you can't store GBs and GBs of data here. Small amount of data, few instructions, maybe if you want, you will be able to store it here. These memory units, which is present inside the processing unit, is what is technically referred to as registers. Am I clear with this, everyone? And if you carefully observe the diagram on my screen, you clearly see that which unit is at the center of all the computer here, which is at the center of all of the communication that is happening here. Undoubtedly, it is the processing unit. That is why people also refer to this processing unit as central processing unit, nothing but the CPU. This is how the name was given to this. Am I clear with this, everyone? This architecture itself, even today also, in many of the colleges which are affiliated to different universities, for the computer science students, in one of their subjects, I'm assuming it is a CO, computer organization, there is a 5 marks or 10 marks question that is asked even today in exams. Explain the von Neumann architecture, explain the Princeton architecture. Basically, this is what you're supposed to explain. Right. This is what is referred to as von Neumann architecture, or this is also referred to as Princeton architecture. Both means the same. Is it clear, everyone? Are we good so far? No, you can tell me. No, sir. Everything is clear. No, sir. I have this bit of doubt from this part of the session. You can speak out. Let it not be a one-way. I'm just speaking to the computer that is there in front of me. Make me also feel that there are hundreds of students who are listening to whatever I'm explaining here. Great. Perfect. Next word, sir. Now, with all of this information, just observe whatever is there on the screen. I'm going to erase everything. So, sure, Vaishali, I'll try speaking a little more louder. Until and unless my neighbors start banging on my doors, I'll speak as louder as possible. That's good to know, Hatem. No, you have to understand that if there are 600 plus participants here, all of your questions just keep popping on my chat window. So if I'm not able to respond to any of your questions, just be patient. At the end of the discussion, I'm going to take up all of your queries, and one by one, all of you are going to be answered. Right, perfect. So with whatever 15 minutes we are left out with, let us proceed now. I'm just going to clear my screen. Okay, just a disclaimer here. Uh, how much ever I've spoken so far, technically, out of everything, the next part of the discussion, the remaining 15 minutes of discussion, trust me, it is going to be quite crucial here. So please, it's a humble request. Do not get distracted at any cost. If I would advise all of you to sit in some isolated place in your house where you are away from all of the distractions and disturbances, so that you can focus and listen to the session here. Because first of all, this session is not happening offline. It's not possible to accommodate students from so many different diverse background. So online mode of training in itself has got a lot of limitations. On top of that, if you are also getting distracted from your environment around you, things are going to be a little difficult for you. So that's why I wanted to give this disclaimer before I start speaking. Then later you shouldn't tell, sir, it was such an important discussion, you should have at least given us a warning. That warning is what I'm giving it now. Right. I hope you're going to be quite generous on me, since I was not able to start the technical discussion sharp at 7 o'clock. There were a few introductory sessions that we had planned. If in case I'll have to extend the session for 5-10 minutes more, I hope that should be okay with all of you. Is that okay with everyone? I hope none of you have the meeting with PMO or with any individual with the PMO office, or any important meeting with ISRO scientists. Oh, great. No problem, right? Okay, perfect. So I can continue with 5 to 10 minutes. Perfect, perfect. You can extend how much ever time you want, sir. Oh, thank you so much. How do I pronounce Rasagna? Okay, you're being more generous. Great. Great. Then let's continue the discussion. Let me know if there is any trouble in the audio. Then I'll immediately switch off my video. Then, Hafsa, I would not recommend such messages in the chat. Let's keep it quite professional here. Right. Great. Just before this, I have spoken about the one human architecture. How many units did we have there? 4 units: input unit, processing unit, memory unit, as well as the output unit. Now, out of all of the 4 units, can you tell me which one happens to be the most important unit? Good. Undoubtedly, it is going to be the processing unit, nothing but your CPU. Now, what you will have to understand is, great. Thank you everyone for responding. Now, listen to me. Do not get distracted. Now, what you need to understand is, this CPU, processing unit, whatever you're referring to, this was not always there. This was not always there, because only with the invention of this, there came this concept of programmable computers. So this concept of programmable computers did not always exist. It came into existence only in the decade of 1940s. That means the CPU, whatever you're referring to, the processing unit, this was not always there. When was this invented? If you ask me, this was invented in the decade of 1940s. Now observe this. Now, some of you might ask me, sir, why was it not invented before 1940s? For a very simple reason. Before 1940s, we as a mankind, we were exposed to only 2 types of materials. Now, immediately I want the electronics students to be quite active. You should be able to answer to these questions. Before 1940s, we as human beings, we were exposed to only 2 types of materials. The first category of materials are such materials through which electricity can easily pass through. The flow of electrons is not going to be restricted. It is going to be quite smooth. The second category of materials are such materials through which the flow of electrons is going to be restricted. Electricity cannot pass through. Can you tell me what are those materials referred to as? I've not yet got the correct answer yet so far. First correct answer, Bhanu Kiran. Good. Lipsika, good, correct answer. Yes, Roshil. Great. Now understand this. The materials that I'm referring to before 1940s are nothing but your conductors and insulators. Conductors are such materials through which electricity can easily pass through. Insulators are such materials through which electricity cannot flow through. Now, that was the case before 1940s. But in 1940s, it so happened these electronics engineers, these electrical engineers, hardware engineers, they happened to invent a new type of a material which had both the properties of a conductor as well as an insulator. That means I'll give you one material whenever you want. At times, it can behave like a conductor, and whenever you want, it can also behave like an insulator. Such special type of materials are technically referred to as, which have both the properties of a conductor as well as an insulator, are only technically referred to as semiconductor devices, semiconductor materials. Good. Is it? No. It's okay, Hafsa. You gone is gone. No worries. Even if it was anybody else. Right. Now, listen to this, everyone. After 1940s, these electrical engineers, electronic engineers, they invented this new type of material called as semiconductor materials. The moment this announcement was made, immediately, all of the computer scientists across the world, realized, hey, such a wonderful invention these hardware engineers have done. Using this semiconductor type of materials, can we do something in the field of computer science? So these computer science engineers, with the help of these electronics engineers, they decided, can we create a device that can execute thousands and thousands of instructions, millions and billions of instructions in less than a second? 100% yes, it was possible. That means what happened is, sir, for the very first time in 1940s, using this semiconductor technology, they were able to develop a very important device in the field of computer science. And what is this, if you ask me? This itself is nothing but your CPU, or in other words, it is also referred to as microprocessor or MUP. So in which decade was the microprocessor invented? It was invented in the decade of 1940s. What is the technology based on which this microprocessor was manufactured? If you ask me, it is based on semiconductor technology. Am I clear with this, everyone? So using those semiconductor materials, they happen to invent this wonderful device called as the CPU, or nothing but the microprocessor. But sir, why are you referring to it as a semiconductor technology device? Because very simple, it is built, it is developed, it is manufactured using semiconductor materials. Sir, what semiconductor materials did they use, sir? They used a semiconductor. I am sure all of you know some of these semiconductor materials. Transistors, capacitors, all of these are nothing but semiconductor materials. Diodes. See, they used something called as transistors to build this microprocessor. I'm sure all of you know, in transistors also we have got two types. There is something called as NPN transistors. There are also something called as the PNP transistors. Of course, in every transistor, there are going to be three components. There is something called as emitter, collector, and base, if I'm not wrong. Now, let it be NPN or PNP transistor. I'm sure those of you who come from electronics background, you would agree this with me, that transistors are such semiconductor materials, irrespective of whether they are NPN or PNP, they would react to only one electronic element. What is that, if you ask me? There are two things, current and voltages. Your transistors won't react to current, they would react to voltages. Am I clear with this? In voltages also, they won't react to every other type of voltage. That is also important to notice here. You can't give how much ever voltage you want. They would react to only two types of voltages. They would react to either 0 volts or they would react to plus 5 volts. That's all. Am I clear with this, everyone? Sir, it is clear No, I know this. Whatever I have spoken so far about this microprocessor, all of this is going to make sense. All of this is going to be relevant only for such individuals who are coming from electronics background, who are aspiring to become not software engineers, rather hardware engineers. It is only for such individuals. All of this is going to make sense. Correct. Same thing the computer scientists back in 1940s also realized it. Hey, all of this information is irrelevant. I can't go to every other software engineer out there and I can't explain all of these things, because a software engineer means he or she is going to be more focused on the software component. They are not interested about hardware. So all of this hardware terminology is not at all going to make sense to them. Oh, correct, sir. But somehow I want to convey all of this information in a very concise manner, in a very precise manner, to the point. That's all. That is when they realize, let us do one thing, let us do one thing. Let us give some sort of notation to this information. What notation are you talking about, sir? See, this 0 volt, which is nothing but the low voltage, this plus 5 volts, which is nothing but the high voltage. These computer scientists decided, let us give a notation to this piece of information. Whatever you're referring to low voltage, which is nothing but 0 volts, in computer science context, we will simply refer to it as 0. Basically, it is a notation I'm giving, that's all. Whatever you're referring to it as plus 5 volts, nothing but the high voltage, we will give a notation called as 1, that's all. So 0 here means it refers to low voltage, 0 volts. 1 here means it refers to high voltage, which is nothing but plus 5 volts. So what these computer scientists did was, they have hidden all of this information. See, literally, see, look at this, everyone. All of you are going to be amazed. They have literally hidden all of this information from us. And the only information that is revealed to all of us is, our computers understand zeros and ones. Nothing, since there are only two options, 2 is also called as binary. That is why they say computers understand only binary language, which is nothing but the language of zeros and ones. But nobody ever has given you this background as to why is that our computers understand only 0 and 1. This is the reason behind it. Am I clear with this, everyone? Perfect, sir. Great. Next word, sir. So see here, I would say our computers understand only zeros and ones. Great. Oh, it's already 8:56, is it? Okay. Okay. I think I'll have to extend the session for 10-15 minutes. Anyways, that should be okay with all of you. If it is not okay, that means you're not serious about your career. And such participants, I would not even encourage them to be part of my session. You're always free to leave the session. Great. Next word, sir. Now, understand this. Great. Now the microprocessor is there. Immediately, all of these computer scientists came out to the computer science community, to the programmers community, and they made this announcement. Look, programmers, you can celebrate now, you can cherish now. We have invented such a powerful device which can execute millions and millions of instructions on your behalf in less than a second. In fraction of a second, it can do it. That means before 1940s, if you have to multiply two huge integer numbers, you literally have to take a sheet of paper with a pen in your hand and you have to do the multiplication on your own. Of course, it is going to take a lot of time whenever human beings are going to be involved. But now, whatever arithmetic and logical operations before 1940s, you had to do it manually. Now, in 1940s, now you have a slave. You have this device which can do anything and everything for you on your behalf. You just have to give instructions to it. Great, sir. Wonderful device it is. Everybody across the world were excited. Now, tell me, what is the use of this microprocessor? It is going to execute the instructions. It is going to process the instructions. You have the device, but if you don't provide the instructions, what is the use of this device? It is just as good as nothing. Oh, great, sir. Next, what happened, sir? Next, what happened means the programmers wanted to use this device. Hence, in the same decade, in the decade of 1940s itself, they started using this device. How, sir? Tell me. What is the only language your microprocessor is going to understand? I've already written it over here. Zeros and ones. So obviously, if you have to write the instructions, in what language are you supposed to write the instructions? In zeros and ones itself. Sir, but can I write any random zeros and ones? I mean, the question itself doesn't make any sense. So the computer scientists who invented this microprocessor, they also gave a list of operation codes for every single task, for every single operation. What is the binary code you're supposed to use? Forget about microprocessor. Today, even if you go out and buy a washing machine also, how to use that washing machine, a manual would be given to you. Similarly, what kind of codes you're supposed to use to perform that specific operation. Oh, for addition, this is the code. For subtraction, this is the code. That was also given to them. So see, for example, maybe to perform addition operation, this was the code that was given to them. 10110010. Obviously, it should be a binary code itself because the processor here understands only zeros and ones. Maybe to perform subtraction, this was the code that was given to them. To perform multiplication, this was the code that was given to them. To perform division operation, this was the code that was given to them. Like this, sir, were the microprocessors capable of performing only 4 operations? Like this, at least some 3 lakh operations your microprocessor was able to perform back then. I can't write the binary code for all of the 3 lakh operations here. Great, sir. So how would the instructions look like in 1940s? Obviously, it is going to be all zeros and ones. So I don't want to waste the time here. I'm simply going to write some random zeros and ones like this. Of course, I can't have to here. Perfect. Now tell me, what are all of these here that you see? Zeros and ones. These are nothing but instructions. And just today I have told you, what do you refer to this entity, which is nothing but set of instructions? I'm asking something. Good, good. A set of instructions is nothing but a program. Very good. So if anybody would ask you, how would the programs look like in 1940s? Congratulations, this is how your programs are going to look like. Am I clear with this, everyone? Perfect. Sir, my program is ready. Can I give it as input to the computer? Absolutely, yes. So see, you're going to take these instructions. You're going to give it as input to this microprocessor. Will microprocessor understand? 100% yes. But I told you, understand is quite a non-technical term. What do you call understand in technical context? Execute, run. See, the microprocessor is going to execute these instructions, and as a result of which, it is also going to provide the output for us. Perfect, sir. Is that clear, everyone? Perfect, perfect. See, this, of course, who is going to execute it? Your computer. But do we know who in computer? Microprocessor, CPU. Your computer, you can call it as computer. Sometimes you can also call it as machine. Both means the same. Now, this style of programming in 1940s, where you're going to be using operation codes, binary codes to write your programs, is what, in technical terms, it is referred to as machine level language. This is what is referred to as machine level language, in short for ML. I hope all of you are now getting why it is called as machine level language, because tell me, your machine understands what language here? Your machine understands zeros and ones. Are you writing your programs also in zeros and ones? Yes, that is why it is referred to as machine level language. Is that clear, everyone, so far? Perfect, sir. Next what, sir? Next what means, let me sure provide that information also. Now, this was the case in 1940s, where we would be using machine level language style of programming. And in machine level language, what are you going to be using? You will be using this binary sequences of code. Perfect, sir. Great. Next what? Next what? Okay. Understand this. Initially, all of the programmers were very happy. They were very excited. Hey, wonderful. We have a device also, and there is a style of programming also that is given for us. Look how powerful our programs are going to become. Please understand, initially at the start of the decade, when this MLL style of programming was given to them, they were very happy about it. But as time progressed, immediately they started getting frustrated. Slowly and slowly, they started getting frustrated with this style of programming. If you ask me the reason why, now please understand, very first reason here, right. See, just to know, there are approximately 500 here and 300 there. So 800 of you who are watching this session live, all of you had seen me giving the code for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. There is a 500 rupees immediate quiz that I would like to conduct here. If you're right, you can share me your phone pay number. I would make the transaction immediately right away. I want all of you to tell me what was the binary code for multiplication operation. Oh, quite smart. Third one, sir. I also know third one. I want to know that exact code. Veena, I'm expecting machine level language instruction here, not symbols. No, Geeta. Savita, machine level language instruction, not assembly level language. Savita Pawar. Whatever I wrote, that example itself I'm asking. Okay, I want the code for addition operation. At least addition, you should be able to do it. Send me the code for the addition operation. Jan Rocky. I don't know if that's your actual names. I see some Realme student here. Make sure you join with your actual names. That is how I will be able to recognize you going down in the course. Addition operation. I want to know the binary code. Please make sure you have the right username here. Some 208 R1A 0442. Wrong answer. That's good to know you, Shri. Rachna Akila, I don't know what are you actually understanding. Your answer is completely irrelevant. See, the way the class is going to be exciting. At the same time, I'm quite a strict person here. I would absolutely not encourage any kind of random answers in the chat. You know the answer, you answer it. You don't know, you better shut your mouth and just listen to the lecture. For you, I know it seems like the training is free of cost, so you can speak whatever random things you want to. But for us, this is a very special program. You have no idea the amount of efforts that have gone behind it. Okay, great. Then I hope all of you have realized the point that I'm trying to make here. I mean, just imagine we say that we are so smart. We are the engineers in 2023. We have such smart devices, all of us around us. 4 simple binary codes. If you're not able to remember it, and I'm sure those of you who are able to answer here and there, I could see some correct answers also here. Maybe you would have taken a screenshot maybe you're making running notes. I don't really know how you're able to say that. I could see hardly some 2 to 3 students here. But I told you, your microprocessor back in 1940s, how many operations was it able to make? It was able to make at least 3 lakh operations. So are you telling me you're going to be such a intelligent person who has got such a strong and good memory that you will be able to remember the binary codes for 3 lakh instructions? Impossible, humanly impossible it is. This itself, my friends, was the very first limitation of machine level language style of programming. Remembering the binary sequences, the operation codes for each and every instruction was quite difficult for the programmers, because as a software developer, as a programmer, your entire focus should be on solving the problem. It should be on building the logic to solve that particular problem. It should not be in terms of mugging up these machine level language instructions. I hope all of you are understanding. The second, anyways, don't worry, another 2 to 3 minutes, I'm going to wind it up. I'm going to stop it at machine level language, 1940s. What happened after 1940s, that I would continue in tomorrow's session. Right, let me just get back to the screen here. I hope all of you have understood the very first limitation of machine level language style of programming. What is it? Can you tell me here? Who was this person? Ritya Kalyani. What was the very first limitation of machine level language style of programming? Remembering the binary codes for each of the instructions, for each of the tasks, was definitely humanly impossible. First limitation. Second limitation. let us say maybe you wanted to perform addition operation here. I also want to reveal another secret with all of you. If you ask me, sir, can you remember whatever 4 binary codes that you had written on the screen? Sorry to say that I had written some random 8-bit binary codes. How is it possible? No, why are you differentiating between you and me here? Don't I look like a human being? I mean, I also have nose, eyes, ears, and everything. So even I am a human being. I'm not an alien here that I will be able to remember. Only for the sake of explanatory purpose here, I have written some random zeros and ones code here. Anyways, so sir, did you make a fool of us? However you want to perceive it. Anyways, jokes apart, let us get back here. We are understanding the second limitation of machine level language style of programming. And with that, we are also going to wind up the discussion for today. What is that second limitation, sir? Tell me. Which decade am I talking about in the history? 1940s. First of all, there was no concept of personal computers. PCs did not even exist. PCs, personal computers, came into existence after 1980s, 40 years before. Then, sir, who would afford to own a computer, sir? Big universities across the world, top-notch universities across the world, elite universities afford to own computer. Not computers. One university might have one computer. Harvard University had one computer. Stanford University had one computer. Some research organizations across the world like NASA, ISRO could afford to own a computer. How many computers? Once again, I'm telling, only one computer. Now, do you think if you're working as a software engineer, as a software developer to NASA, where you have to write a program that is going to monitor all of the conditions inside a rocket or inside a satellite, do you think your job will be to sit and write 4 lines of code the way you see it on my screen? 100% no. Then, sir, what would be the length of the code in 1940s, sir? I'm sure some of you here who are very passionate to learn things in life, you are sitting with a notebook in your hand. If there are anybody here who's sitting without a notebook, just, hey, some session is going on, let us just get connected free. Clearly, I'm simply keeping a mirror in front of you. It shows the kind of commitment that you have. Now, those of you who at least have used or seen, of course, all of you have done it. Have you used the 200 pages of notebook? Of course, all of you, including me, we have done it. Just imagine, close your eyes and imagine the entire 200 pages of notebook filled with zeros and ones from the start till the end. That would be the length of the code of one program in 1940s. That would be it won't be 4 lines the way you see it on my screen. So what would be the length of the code? 200 pages of notebook filled with all zeros and ones. Now, this 200 pages of notebook code, who is writing it? Who is writing it? Chimpanzees, horses, human beings. And what is the speciality about we human beings? We are prone to commit errors. We are prone to commit mistakes. Now, that person who is writing such a lengthy program, and what are the only 2 alphabets that person is using? Sad, I pity that person. Only zeros and ones, two alphabets. Now, don't you think 100% it is possible that that person would have definitely committed some mistakes in the program code? Absolutely, yes. Sir, what are you trying to highlight, sir? The fact that I'm trying to highlight here is, observe this. Let us say, maybe this was the instruction to perform addition. Let us say, see, this zero that you see here, I've highlighted this zero that you see here, instead of zero, let us say, my friends, unknowingly, unintentionally, maybe he had coded it as a 1. Of course, I'm not telling the mistake could be done in the first instruction itself. Let us say somewhere on the 57th page, going by the analogy that I've given, 200 pages of notebook, somewhere this mistake would have committed. Now, going by the instructions, technically speaking, this instruction here should have performed addition operation here. But instead of addition, just because a 0 is going to be replaced with a 1, obviously this might be the instruction for some other task. This would be the code for some other instruction. Let us say instead of performing addition here, if it is performing subtraction, and you are working for NASA, this software should take the satellite into the outer space. Where will this software takes the satellite, sir? It will take the satellite to maybe some other place on the Earth itself. Was that your expectations? 100% no. So what is this called as, sir? This is called as an error in your program code. This is called as a bug. What should we do, sir? You have to debug it. How to debug it, sir? What is the meaning of debugging? 2 things. You have to find the place of error within your program. Once you find out, you have to rectify that error. This is what is called as debugging. This is a bug. No, this is a task. I have a task for all of you now. I will tomorrow maybe post through the courier services 200 pages of notebook with all zeros and ones filled, and I'll also send the manual of valid binary code instructions to all of your houses. And I would have committed this mistake. There is a 0 which mistakenly has been coded as 1. You have to give me the deadline. How long do you think you will take to solve this error and give the report back to me? I hope once again to the point you have understood the fact that I'm trying to highlight here. Debugging was extremely difficult. It was a very time consuming, very tedious task. Forget about 2 to 3 days. Even if you sit continuously for 30 days also, you might not be able to do it. Sir, it's okay, sir. I will take more than 30 days. After 30 days, you will not be in a state to be called as a software developer. I mean, even if you sit in your office and let's say 30 days continuously, you're just looking at zeros and ones. So do you know what would happen to you? First thing, you will forget your name. You've literally forgotten your name. You have decided you want to take a break and you have come out of the office. You don't know from your office, are you supposed to take a right or a left to go to your home? You've forgotten your address. That is okay. In worst case scenario, maybe you've forgotten your wife's name. Some of you might tell, sir, that is a good thing to happen to any man who's married. After marriage, you should forget. Anyways, jokes apart, literally, I hope you're understanding it. What problems the machine level language developers, the programmers in 1940s had to go through because of this style of programming. Great, sir. We understood two major limitations. Remembering the binary codes, extremely difficult. Debugging was also equally difficult. Understood, sir. But what was the solution to these disadvantages? If you want to know that, tomorrow sharp at 7 o'clock, please log into the session. I will tell you what was the solution provided to this. Right. With this, I have completed day one of the technical training. Today, it was all basics, a lot of things. I, in fact, started from what is a computer, what is a program, why do we need a programming language, a lot of things. What is the meaning of execute, what is the meaning of run, everything. That is what I have discussed. See, we at ExcelR, we are not like any other edtech organization, training organization, that we assume that our audience already knows something and we start teaching it. That is where I feel the root cause of all of the problems in the education industry today is they assume that the audience already knows something. Everybody, if they're assuming it, who is going to teach what was assumed? Anyways, I hope it was a fruitful discussion. Whatever time that you have entrusted me with, I was able to make justice to the time that you have invested here. And just a small clarification. If you're thinking this 30 hours of training is going to be free of cost, you're wrong. Sir, are you going to reveal some shocker to us by the end of the discussion? Yes, I am. Please tell us, sir, how much do we have to pay? We are ready to invest now. 0 rupees, because I need something more valuable than money, and which you're already investing. It is your time. So if at all you have this thing in your head that no, it is free of cost, let me take it easy, let me take it light, you're wrong. Because you're investing something that is more precious than money, which is nothing but your time. So please, those of you who already know the value of this commodity, you already know the value of these sessions also. Especially we Indians, we have this mindset. Whenever something is given free of cost, we know how we value things. And if at all there is a watch which is actually 100 rupees, and if I would pack it in a big box, maybe put some glitters around it, and if I would say it is going to cost 75,000 rupees, trust me, there are many who are going to buy the fact that maybe it is 75,000 rupees. So we always value things based on the price tag. It is a small effort from our end to also change that mindset, especially within our Indian citizens. Anyways, thank you so much, everyone. I hope all of you have enjoyed today's discussion. And tomorrow, I would request all of you to join the session at 7 o'clock dot. I mean, 2 to 3 minutes before itself would be appreciated. And because I am a person who values time much more than anything else in life. So 7 o'clock dot, irrespective of who has joined, who has not joined, even if I have 5 students in the class who are serious about their career, who are serious about their future in the tech industry, I am happy with it. I am not a person who would go with the quantity. I am a person who would go with the quality here. Right. Thank you so much. And I appreciate all of your feedback in the comment section also. Thank you so much for all of your feedback. And let's make sure we are going to go away from this everyday learning program with a lot of technical knowledge, with at least that bit of technical knowledge that we shouldn't fear from the technical rounds in the placement season. Right. Thank you so much, everyone, and enjoy your dinner and have a great sleep. I shall meet all of you tomorrow evening at the same time, 7 o'clock. Feedback and attendance. Okay. Do you want the link to be posted once again? Okay. I request either Amar sir or anybody from ExcelR to please send the link across to these students. Once again, they're waiting.
Yeah, sure. I will share them.
Sure. Thank you so much. Great. All right, everyone. And also, if there are any specific questions for me, my entire chat box is filled with thank you so much. Great. But also, I would appreciate if there are any technical questions also for me from the session that you have attended today. Now, directly don't start asking something which I've not spoken in the class. Sir, what are the 2 different ways to create threads in Java? Irrelevant. I've not spoken about it. Whatever I've spoken in today's class, that is what I'm expecting. Okay, Sheikh Shakira Bano, you're most welcome. You have made session wonderful. Thank you so much for the compliment. Thank you so much. Once again, most welcome. Thank you so much, everyone. So, do you recommend us to start learning Java basics? Nothing. It is always easier for me to write on an empty slate than already erasing something that was already written and rewriting it. So no need to do any homework. Don't learn anything from the internet. Everything I would be teaching it, how much ever is possible. Omkar, I had told it is going to be Java. That is what I would be choosing. So heard that Java full stack it is too hard, isn't it, sir? Of course not. The person from whom you have heard is not equipped with the right knowledge. Hence, that person feels hard, and the same message has been conveyed to you. Nayan learned a lot. That's good to know, Nayan. Thank you so much. Anuradha, except Java, what else will be taught? Anuradha, 30 hours, according to me, would be too less for Java itself. So I can teach Java, Python, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, maybe basics of machine learning also. 15 days, I will just touch the surface. Or, like I said, either you can be called as a jack of all or master of none. I would any day prefer the second one. Master of one should be preferred, not master of none. Harini, over a period of time, you'll understand why the choice was Java. See, the sessions will be from 7 to 9 daily. Yes, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9. I feel confident that you lead us in the best way, sir. Thank you so much for the compliment. Omkar, is it JDBC? No. JDBC is one of the APIs in Java, Omkar, Java's database connectivity. It is used to connect a Java program with the database in the backend. Satya, learning full stack helps me to be a data scientist in a way, but there are different traits you need to have to also become a data scientist. This, in a way, is going to help in terms of the programming aspect that is needed for you to become a data scientist. So can you please give a brief description of what is meant by full stack development? Sure, Prithvi. I'm keeping the discussion of full stack development maybe on the last day. I can speak about it now also, but I feel with whatever minimal knowledge that all of you are coming, I might be wrong in few cases. It will just seem like I'm using some fancy words. Oh, wonderfully he is explaining, but nothing would penetrate inside your skull. So that is why I'm keeping it at the end of the discussion. I see that though I have already told the session is completed and it is already 26 minutes past 9 o'clock. Even then, there are more than 250 students here, approximately 250 students here. So shows the kind of dedication that you have towards this program. No. Don't have to install any softwares, nothing to do it. I will tell you everything. The walkthrough of step-by-step walkthrough would be given. Absolutely. The less were out. At the end, I would also give you many assignments. There would be many interview questions that would also be discussed. Can I find today's class in YouTube? Yes, Hafsa, you will. We were already live from 7 o'clock, so the same session would also be there, and it would also be there on the LMS. Of course, if you watch it on the LMS, it would give you much better user experience. Ajay, projects might be too much for the 30 hours of training, the 15 days of training. There would be a lot more that you would be knowing. Anyways, don't worry. Like this, we would go ahead and continue many more such training programs. Okay, anything related to the LMS, maybe tomorrow you can connect to the meeting at around 6:50. 6:50 to 7 o'clock, that 10 minutes of window, you can clarify all of the queries that you have with respect to LMS. Some of you have not got mails. I think Amar sir has already told you, within a day or two, you should be receiving the mails with the credentials. Yes, Hafsa, you can. Sir, is the C programming important to learn Java? It's not a prerequisite, but if you already know C programming language, things are going to be much uh, uh, easier for you. If not, also don't worry. Like I said, I never start my any of my session telling Java is a platform dependent programming language. I would never use that statement. So don't worry about it. Everything would be taught. No, it's not possible to learn. That was given to this training is fundamentals of full stack development. All right, everyone. Once again, thank you so much. We shall all meet tomorrow 7 o'clock. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, yeah, sure. So thank you so much, guys, for joining the session, and we'll meet you on tomorrow at same time. Okay, so my team member already shared the attendance thing in the chat box. If someone is remains to fill that or mark that attendance, please go ahead and mark the attendance. We'll wind up the session within 1 minute because we are already dead by 30 minutes. Okay. And yeah, in tomorrow's first 10 minutes, 6:50 to 7, I will be there. If you have any query question, we'll take. And at sharp 7 o'clock, we'll start with the session. Okay.
Amar sir, just a minute.
Yes, please.
I won't be able to reply to each one of you. So thank you so much, everyone, once again, for the appreciation, for the compliments. Just make sure all of you are going to be regular throughout these 15 days. If this is how things are going to be on day one, you have no idea we complete the training, the amount of knowledge you're going to walk away with. Thank you, everyone. So Amar sir, I'm done. So we can end the session for today.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.